Please welcome Karis Wright with From Behind the Curtain to Behind the Mic. Take it away, Karis.
Thanks so much, Freddie. And Pam, I really want to thank you for the reflection this morning because that's exactly where I was 2 years ago. Was thinking, or actually recently thinking back on 2 years ago when I did my very first icebreaker with Toastmasters. I had shared something both funny and vulnerable. The fact that I come from a family full of entertainers, both my father and my stepfather, musicians. My brothers are performers. And I was the one behind the scenes, wickedly being stage master. Now, backstage, not because I lacked interest in being upfront on stage, but because the entire idea was completely overwhelming for me. My nervous system would light up like a Christmas tree at Christmas. And I lost the ability to speak. And so I supported by the behind the scenes in the wings because that was my comfort zone. Now I want to fast forward to today where I am actually preparing for my very first podcast on Monday. And if you would have told the 2022 version of me that I would be doing that in such short order, I would have laughed and then probably passed out. So, how did I get from this place of stage fright to stage ready? Well, it didn't happen overnight, and it did happen with intention. I made specific moves intentionally so that I could garner up the courage to make it happen. And that is exactly the beauty of both Toastmasters and the Motivational Strategies Project. So I'm excited to be able to step into that as I'm moving forward in this stage of my career as a performer, a public speaker, and as a coach. So I thought I'd share a couple of strategies that have helped me kind of move out of that stage fright situation and into being ready to step outside the curtain and stand confidently behind the microphone. And the first one is really naming what the emotion and the experience is and don't fight it. And so when I look back at my turning point, it wasn't the loudest moment, it was the vulnerable, honest one. When I finally said, you know what, I'm scared, but I want to do it and it's going to be okay. That moment I named it, my body started to brace up against it. But I wasn't fighting from fear. I was acknowledging it and kind of getting that courage in my stomach to go, yeah, let's do it. Why is this important? And what makes it work is that naming an emotion actually lowers its intensity. You kind of go, oh, yeah, that's what I'm feeling. And it shifts the brain from a reaction mode into regulation. And it allows us to navigate through, regardless of what the emotion that you're experiencing. The second thing that I've learned is that you need to take action before you're ready. How many of us have sat in planning mode and planning mode and planning mode and saying, I'm going to do it? Freddie, I see you. Pam, I see you. Yeah, when we sit and we say I'm gonna do something as opposed to I'm becoming the person that's doing the thing, we actually garner more confidence. When we wait for confidence to magically happen, that's where the trap is. Action is actually created through confidence. Confidence is created through moving forward, not the other way around. And so it's about taking the wobbly little voice inside my head and my heart and just moving forward. And the third component is anchoring myself in purpose, not perfection. I had a mentor years ago who said to me, Karis, it's about progress. It's not about perfection. And in that moment, it gave me the permission to just let go. That was a huge shift for me. That happened even before I stepped into Toastmasters, but Toastmasters, I've carried that with me. My job's not to impress. My job is just to show up with intention and have something meaningful to say in the hopes that you all will think it's resonant. And so here's the result. I still feel the nerves, even getting up to have this conversation. I still have the stage fright. It's not going to stop just because I'm in charge, but I've learned how to move through the fear with the fear and almost as if it's a friend. And so for my first icebreaker into filming my podcast episode, it's a real story of becoming my own version of an entertainer, where I can become someone who owns my voice, trusts it, even if it's a little trembly. And so, Toastmasters, all of you didn't just help me to improve my speaking, you helped me become the version of myself that I am so excited to bring to the world. And with that, I am exceptionally humbled and grateful and wish you all a very Merry Christmas.